Hey guys, Simon Trezellian here, and once again, just thanks so much indeed for supporting my viewpoints and everything. All I did was tell you a story, and it seems to have hit home. We went viral with that last video, and it just seems that people are really seeking the truth in whichever way they can find it, and they're not getting the truth from the people that should be giving them the truth, which is the media, which has now long been I think, disenfranchised from the people of their own will and their own fault, because they've been literally just telling lies all the time. We're seeing this with our government as well. I mean, you've got to remember that we actually run the government, we own the government, we pay for the government. And whilst, having been in intelligence for so long, I do understand that there are security considerations. You know, you don't want to give your enemies any inkling as to what your intentions are, what your capabilities are, or what your sources are. All of those are very, very valid points when it comes to national security. However, if there is a potential threat, and the only reason that they're not telling you is because they don't want you to panic, they just want you to go on as normal so that they don't have the inconvenience of basically showing their flaws or having to react in a way that they don't want to do. That to me is not acceptable. You know, how would you feel if you actually knew, or if your doctor knew that you had 3 months to live? But instead of telling you so that you could actually get your affairs in order and actually make decisions in your life, he kept it from you because he didn't want to upset you, didn't want you to panic, didn't want you to make decisions like not paying him or anything like that. How would you feel if it came out to the day and the doctor said, oh, by the way, you might want to settle your account because you're going to be dead tomorrow? You know, I mean, that's essentially what we've got here. And if my story is anywhere close to, and it was a story, if it is anywhere close, then and there is a perceived threat, surely the populace should know about it. Now, this is where community comes in, because say you were looking for something that was potentially going to do you harm, or someone that was going to potentially do you harm. Would you rather not know about it and have this secretive, very, very flawed government and agencies that have their own agendas and don't wish to be seen to be powerless, running around trying to do things in the shadows? Or would you prefer to say, hey, guys, we need your help, right? We need the whole community to get out there and see something and say something. Wouldn't that be a far better idea? Can you imagine millions of people looking in every nook and cranny and every garage and every park, every sewer system to find whatever it is that they may want to find? Don't you think that would be a much useful thing? But anyway, I mean, at the end of the day, all I was doing is just telling you a story. But you can guarantee that as we go up to the inauguration, there's going to be some more stuff going on. Okay, we haven't heard the end of it yet. Okay, the transition is going on. There's a lot of people that don't want that transition to transition. And you can expect some other deep and dark stuff happening. That would have been far closer to the mark had Mr. T not won the popular vote, because then the powers that be would have thought that they had some form of moral mandate to create change. However, because now Mr. T has everything, including the popular vote, they realize that they're on the outside for the first time, and that people are demanding change. People are demanding answers, and quite rightly so. You know, this is a constitutional republic, right? It's not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic. Therefore, the Constitution rises above everything. And therefore, people should abide by that Constitution from which they were founded, not just see it as a roadblock or an inconvenience to their own agenda. So I'm obviously observing this as an outsider, but I'm telling you now in a story form, and I'm going to be telling you lots more stories, okay, because I've got lots of stories to tell, and I have lots of information to tell as a story. And that's what we're going to do, because that seems to be the only way that the powers that be and this platform can deal with the truth. You know, what's that famous line? You can't handle the truth. Well, he didn't say it like that. It was Tom Cruise. But yeah, that's how a lot of these agencies look at it. You know, you're too dumb as civilians. You're just too dumb. You're too uninformed. You might panic. You might throw a hissy fit. You might not vote the right way. You know, you might not buy things, or if you do buy things, you're going to buy the wrong things, like toilet paper and stuff like that. And it disrupts their little gravy train, you know, and that's unfortunately what's going on. So please continue to like. We literally put on, I think it was, how many people was it? It was like an extra 1,500 people that joined me yesterday, which is great. I mean, and people are joining on my YouTube as well, because the YouTube people are a little bit more, how we say, receptive to some of my content. But please keep joining, please keep reposting. Let's get this message out there. Let's work as a community to actually become informed. When you become informed, eventually you become enlightened, and as you become enlightened, you then go towards what we call ascension. And that's what this is all about. Okay guys, this is Simon Giselian, the voice of reason, out to you.